Amy, let me tell you about a magical place that is so exactly designed to be enclosed space, year-round fun for the whole family that I bet you already know what I'm going to say before I even say the name. Let's say it together on three. 1, 2, 3. Great Wolf Lodge. You got it, Amy.
My kids loved Great Wolf Lodge when we went. You probably already know that it has a huge indoor water park with a wave pool, lazy river, a bunch of massive water slides. But then your pack can hit the other attractions because wait, there's more.
Great Wolf Lodge has adventure-packed attractions like Magi Quest, a live-action game kids can play throughout the lodge, plus the Northern Lights Arcade. Spent some quality time there, so your kid who loves the lazy river and your kid who loves fantasy games will both have a great time.
Great Wolf Lodge also offers great dining options and complimentary daily events like nightly dance parties, all under one roof. Unpack the car once and you're settled in to have fun. And with 22 lodges across the country, you're always a short drive away from adventure.
We've both had such great times at Great Wolf Lodge, so bring your pack together at a lodge near you. Learn more at greatwolf.com and strengthen the pack. Welcome to Ask Margaret from What Fresh Hell, Laughing in the Face of Motherhood. Solving today's parenting dilemmas, one question at a time. This week's question comes from Jessica, who asks, how do you get your kids to keep their rooms clean? What about a playroom? And is it reasonable to take away all the toys if they never stay cleaned up? Hilariously laughing emoji. Jessica, as a parent of 3 non-cleaners, I'm feeling your pain with this question. A lot of tips out there about how to keep their rooms clean. Should you use sticker charts? Should you use chore wheels? I'm going to focus on 2 tips that have really helped us with keeping the house clean and keeping this from being a 100 hours a week fight between myself and my children. The first, as a messy child, I drove my mother crazy, and she, I think, on my behalf, invented something that I have carried into our lives, and that is the confiscation closet. And this is a place where toys that get left out go into the confiscation closet. We had a closet, which was the confiscation closet, that was also like, I don't know, it was full of like cleaning supplies and linens and stuff, but it was also the constant. You don't have to dedicate a closet in your house to do this, in other words. So the confiscation, or you could even have a confiscation drawer, a confiscation box, whatever. The idea is when you say, pick up those toys, and then you come back and the toys are not picked up, those toys go into confiscation. So sometimes I get into, as many of us do, the thing of just screaming at my kids like, oh, these toys, I'm throwing them all away. You're monsters. Ah! That it tends to just be stressful for everyone. And, I have at times come around an hour later and like the child is still crying and being like, you said you were going to throw out my truck. So I try not to get into like, I'm throwing out all your things, although it's tempting. And confiscation is like a nice kind of middle ground. So any toy that's on the playroom in an hour is going into the confiscation bin, closet, box, whatever it is. And then those things stay away for a time of mom's choosing. So you might say the confiscation closet lasts a day. You might have to say it lasts a week, whatever works in your household. But I love the confiscation closet and I'm using it in my house. The only things I don't put in confiscation, FYI, are like, I never put a security object in there. So like, you don't like put Binky or Banky or Blue Bear or whoever the beloved security object is. They don't go in confiscation. Because that seems a little too high stress. And then you have a whole night of crying, I can't sleep without Blue Bear, and so that those things don't go, but anything else is fair game. The other thing that we do that we stole from my sister-in-law and my brother's family is the super fun cleaning party. And this is usually on Saturday morning. We don't have a lot of activities. I know some families do. Tends to be a time. So my kids are still 10, 9, and 7. So they're on the younger side. So we're not always like out at sports games and stuff. But super fun cleaning party is like Saturday mornings. We have a standing event that happens at our house every Saturday. And so a bunch of kids come over for it. And so Saturday morning is super fun cleaning party, ironically named, if that wasn't clear, where everybody is in charge of cleaning their own space. So like boys clean the boys' rooms, girl cleans her room. We will come up and help and like get into the nitty gritty towards the end of that. But basically, It is super fun cleaning party, and the only thing that happens for 1 hour is we clean. And usually if we do that every Saturday, it's not too hard to like really go back to one with that cleaning. And it's not like, oh my God, who's going to clean the room where no one's thought about cleaning for 3 months. And so we try to stay on top of it this way. And I will say this all from like, if I lived alone, I would just live in like a crazy sty with like McDonald's wrappers under the couch. I am not a clean person, but I have found with 5 of us living together that being so lackadaisical as I used to be about the cleanliness of my house doesn't work. And now, you're paying the rent, you're paying the mortgage. You have a right not to be assassinated by like a rogue car that is left underfoot in the living room. That thing is going in confiscation. And then it's going away in the super fun cleaning party. So Jessica, I hope that helps. We could do, 3 episodes on how to keep the house clean. It's not easy, but those are 2 little tips that work for me. Guys, if you have a question for myself or Amy, send them to questions@whatfreshhellpodcast.com, and you may hear your question answered on an upcoming episode. Thanks.
Close your eyes. Listen to Monday.com. Feel the sensation of an AI work platform. So flexible and intuitive, it feels like it was built just for you. Now open your eyes, go to Monday.com, start for free, and finally breathe.